The earlier Africans wake up and join this great movement of the African president, Ibrahim Traore, is the better for us all, we Africans, if actually we want total liberation and freedom from the West. Because this update is going to shock you at the moment of what is trending or what the US government want to pass into law. This one is really to hammer the Africans, to hammer them, like press their neck without even mercy. Welcome back again, great family here on YouTube. Remember, we are here as a family, thinking and bringing ideas on how Africans can become better, on how Africa can become a better place for us all. As our leader, Ibrahim Traore, has started a great movement. But the news I'm going to share with you guys at this moment, it is really a shocking one. So I beg you, please do well to watch to the very end of this video. And as you do so, may God bless you. If you have not subscribed, please, why not do so? Hit on that subscribe button, like the video, and share with us your own thoughts at the comment section. As you do so, may God bless you. Okay. Breaking news, breaking news. US lawmakers have introduced a draft bill proposing 5% excise tax on all remittances sent abroad, potentially affecting African countries heavily dependent on funds sent by overseas. The bill, unveiled by House Republicans, stated that the tax would be paid by the sender and collected quarterly by US Treasury Department. This development is the latest in a series of tough measures under President Donald Trump's administration, which has recently ramped up its immigration and trade policies. Africans, how far? What's up? How market? This is a new law in US at the moment. You know, many Africans who are at home, they depend on remittance coming from their loved ones from the US, from overseas. Now, the US government is trying to pass a law that if you are in US and you want to send money down home to Africa, you are going to pay extra 5% worth of the money you are sending back to Africa. Have you seen why Ibrahim Traore is really a savior to Africa and to Africans in general? Have you seen what this great man has been saying? These people mean no well to Africans. They want you to remain underdeveloped forever. They want you to depend on them in everything you do in Africa. They want to trap you down and make sure that Africans remain under them forever. Imagine asking you to pay 5% of the money you are sending down home to Africa. You are going to pay 5% worth of the money you are sending down to Africa to your loved ones. Imagine sending billions of US dollar or thousands of US dollar. You are going to pay extra 5%. That is huge. That will tell you that these people are just after themselves, how to exploit Africans forever. It is better Africans wake up and embrace the reality and listen to what Ibrahim Traore is trying to do. It is better Africans wake up and join this man and liberate Africa from slavery and all these things going on. I don't even know why Africans are keeping quiet. I think what should be done at the moment, if they bring out their own law that is affecting Africans in the US, Africans should get up and bring out their own law that will affect US people, because I know many of them are also in Africa. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that if they bring out their own law that is affecting Africans in the US, I think Africans should be wise enough to bring their own law that will be affecting their own citizens in Africa, because I know a whole lot of people who are from overseas based in Africa and they are doing their businesses. I don't even know when you will wake up one day. Do you know what is 5% of the money you are sending down to Africa? Africans, wake up. At this moment, I want to walk you guys through to the comment section to see what Africans, both home and abroad, are reacting, because this is not funny anymore. Imposing 5% in any transaction from the US to Africa. Why? Where are all this coming from? Is it not huge? 5%? Not even 1% or 0% or something lesser. 5%. Hell, make una pity Africans. You guys just want Africans to remain under you forever. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Traore, for opening the eye of many African leaders. At this moment, let's see what people of the world are saying about this. Okay, the first comment we have here said, I can buy in support of Trump pre-election period, but today, his unfavorable policies and hatred towards blacks have made me to hate him double times. This is pure wickedness. Nigeria government needs to tax many Americans working in our various oil and gas companies here in Nigeria. From deportation to real ID card, bad immigration policies, today 5% on transfer remittance. On these policies these policies are targeted at Africans and blacks. Okay, another route. Remittance was never free. Check the slip and receipt. People always pay charges and fees, and they are taxed. Just say the tariff is transferring from countries to individual. Sad. Okay, down here, another commenter wrote, people who are sending this money also pay tax, and signing this into law mount to double taxation. Exactly. Passing this into law because obviously, if you are sending money before from the US to Africa, you have a tax to pay. But now, passing 5% bill on every remittance down to Africa, this is double tasking, and it's huge. Double tasking, it is huge. People are not smiling at this law being passed by the president of US, Donald Trump. Let's go ahead to see how people are really reacting to this. Another route, exploitation tax by the American. Sitting and planning on how they could hurt African people and the diaspora and even more. This is not a joke. Another route, we Africans are joker. Trade among us is zero. Some of us prefer to buy overseas than buying the best for just within Africa or neighboring countries. Let's stop making noise and be beaten around the waist. If we continue like this, even to the next world, we are still going to remain the same. Okay, another commenter wrote, for them, they are putting tax as they wish. Traore wants to run this country his own way. They are saying he is a bad person. They ask African governments to put them on tax holidays. What it means is that Africa must unite as one nation. With one currency, it is our sweat and resources that make them who they are today. It is time to say enough is enough. You can no longer control our resources again. Our land belongs to us, we Africans. We have slept for too long. Africans, let's unite and fight imperialism, neocolonialism. We have fully control on our resources to develop our fatherland, Africa. Africans, rise and take a bold step and remember our ancestors. Their blood are really crying for justice. Another route. This is the right time for Africans to adopt the use of cryptocurrencies in remittances. Tokens such as XRP will just do the work easily without whatever remittance tax Trump is targeting on any part of the world. Okay, let's take some few comments before we wrap up this video. Another commenter wrote, as far as I am concerned, there are more money that goes to the US than what comes in from there. I think with the same cup of measurement applied to the US companies, the same cup of measurement should be applied to US companies in Africa. Sending all the resources and monies can profit the continent greatly. Okay, let's take this last comment before we wrap up this video. With with this new remittance policy, African Americans will end up using what they have worked for in America, right in the same America. This capitalist country called America will pay you heavily for a piece of work, and you will give the money back to them in the form of tax, bills, and other services. The heavy remittance increase, in my mind, is intended to create difficulty for African Americans to come home and contribute to their country economy. As most remittances these days are centered around such purposes, what has saddened me the most is the fact that these same Americans have companies in Liberia and other African countries where profit them heavily without much taxation in remittance. The witchcraft aspect of it is that the remittance from poor countries like Liberia is even more than what comes to Liberia from America. These people want to subject Africa to poverty, to everlasting poverty. Will Liberia respond? I urge Liberians to put 25% tax on remittance leaving Liberia to America. First Stone has been here for years with zero impact. Exactly what I have said. This last commenter is really a brave someone and someone who is very intelligent. Just as I've said earlier, if the US government should come up with this 5% in every remittance down to Africa. Remember, when you want to send money from US to Africa, there is a fixed price you have to pay. But now, Trump government want to double it. Then I'm saying there are a whole lot of US companies in Africa. Why can't Africans take a bold step and double and triple their own price? You must pay 25% when you're remitting back to your own home country, US or any other European countries. By then we know that Africans are wise because they are doing all this just to cripple Africans. They are doing these things. Imagine, oh my goodness, 5% is huge. After paying additional money for remittance, you still have to pay under 5%. It is huge, my people. What do you have to say based on what Donald Trump is trying to pass into law and what the commenters have said in the issue of imposing that all remittance from the US to Africa must be 5% of the actual money you are remitting down to Africa? What do you have to say? Please share with us your own thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget, for more updates, please do well to subscribe and turn on your bell notification. God bless you guys for watching.